friends.
Hi.
Welcome back. What week are we on of doing these?
4?
Week 4, not including the intro or including the intro?
I think including the intro.
Okay.
No.
Not including the intro.
Week 5.
Okay, week 5 of this podcast. So welcome back. Hope you enjoyed last week's episode where Annie read my birth chart. And we got a lot of insight about me and astrology.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
good.
learning some. Also, I do the editing, so I get to hear back on everything that's said and be reminded of everything.
Yeah.
So, and then this week we are going to do Annie's birth chart to kind of find out the ins and outs of Annie and astrology. Again,
it's literally just going to be me reading it to you.
I mean, that's fine.
Which is fine.
And then we can just talk about whether you relate to that or not, and whether I see that in you or not.
Yeah, because maybe some stuff in my birth chart I don't recognize, but then you're like, no.
That's definitely you. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because, we'll go into, the moon later, but I don't know if I am my moon.
I think you just have a thing towards Geminis.
Maybe.
I think
Geminis get a bad rap.
Geminis definitely get a bad rap everywhere. I don't even know that much about this stuff, but everywhere you see it's you must be a Gemini.
It's usually Geminis or Scorpios.
Yeah, Geminis and Scorpios, people are like, oh, that's, the worst one.
Yeah.
Unless you are them, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but I am a Libra.
That's your sun.
Yeah. I think I'm a Libra fully.
Yeah, like I said in the last episode, the only things that I really see about astrology, I don't dive deep into it, are when you see those things on Instagram, those infographics about them, and you're always either to me hitting the money on it because I knew you were a Libra, or completely missed.
Completely opposite.
I'm that's not you at all. A lot of them are will flirt with anybody and super outgoing and touchy, and I'm that's not Annie. I was she's not like that at all. Or
no.
It'll be oh, your Libra friend will definitely flirt with your boyfriend, and I was what?
No, your friend's just an ass.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
But also a lot of them are oh, she'll flirt. There's a lot of ones saying that you'll flirt with
Libras,
anybody.
It depends. If I would go out with a bunch of people at a club or something, I would be a little flirty if I had some drinks in me.
But I think unless you're a sad or angry drunk, everybody's kind of like that.
That's the thing.
If
I don't go up to random people and just flirt with them.
If I was single, I might.
But you just love people.
I just really like people and talking to people in general. Yeah. I don't even I might not even flirt, I would just talk.
Maybe if I was an extroverted Libra.
True.
It could be a
that
little
probably
different.
makes a difference, yeah.
But
are Libras... Are there more extroverted Libras or introverted Libras, or would you say it's a pretty equal?
I don't know. I think the extroverted Libra is probably more common. Because they're very outgoing, they're fun, they're flirty,
And then what are the dates of a Libra? When does it start and when does it end?
I think it's September 23rd to October 23rd. So, I've just missed Scorpio.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, because you're the 20th.
I'm the 20th.
20th.
I'm the 20th.
You're the 20th, and then my other friend is also a Libra. She's the 21st.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get mixed up, which one is on the 20th and which one's on the 21st. But you never know my birthday, so it's okay.
It's August 19th.
Now you know, because we just did my birth chart last week, but anytime I ask you, you're
really bad with dates.
You and Cassidy also has just been last time we asked Cassidy when my birthday was, so confidently.
Yeah.
She was August whatever, and I was no.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I used to think your birthday was August 17th.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I get your birthday mixed up. I get Brittany's birthday mixed up.
To be fair, there's a lot of birthdays to remember.
There is. And I'm not off by a week. I'm off by 2 days. Always.
Oh.
Because Britt's is either the 3rd or the 5th.
We're unsure right now.
I think it's the 3rd. I'm so bad with dates. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not great with dates.
I mean, that's okay. As long as, like, you're around and you know my birthday's coming.
Yeah. Also, Twitter helps.
Yeah, also, like, for me at least, like, I celebrate my birthday for, like, the whole month of August. So, like, you'll know when my birthday is.
Yeah, you'll know.
Because I'll be like, oh, this many days. This many days.
I don't feel any certain ways about my birthday.
I don't understand.
I love the month. I love October because I'm obsessed with Halloween.
Yeah, but, like, how do you not want to, like, celebrate for the entire month?
That's just not my thing.
Why, though?
I don't know.
If it were my choice, I'd have, like, a party every weekend in August.
When I was younger, I had, like, Halloween birthdays, which I loved.
Oh, I wouldn't like that.
You don't like Halloween, though.
I don't really
And
like
you've stated that very clearly.
Okay. I just think Halloween, for me, was always hyped up so much.
Right.
And then it was never as enjoyable as it, to me, should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, when you're young, like, you get all the candy, right?
Yeah.
Great. Loved that part. But we live in Canada, so sometimes it would be, like, a full-blown, like, snowstorm.
You just wear a snowsuit under your costume.
Yeah, but then, like, people are like, what are you? Because you're, like, the Michelin Man underneath your costume. And then also, like, when you're moving around, like, like, if you're in a full snowsuit and then moving around a lot, you're, like, sweating, but it's also freezing outside.
My God, yeah.
So, like, it just wasn't my vibe. Like, I just don't like it. And then, but I liked the candy. And then, also, I was definitely one of those kids that was, like, impatient that wanted to eat the candy, like, while you're going. And my grandma
would... You were one of those kids?
Yeah, my grandma was always like, no, because they have to check all your candy to make sure that people... Please tell. You probably swallow razor blades or something. We
never did that.
Yeah, you have to check.
Listen, we went around Keene.
Yeah, but still, like, you don't know exactly, like, who's... And there was, like, all this stuff about, like, people putting razor blades in candies and stuff like that, so...
Maybe that's, like, downtown Peterborough.
But we didn't go downtown. We went to, like, the suburbs to do...
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you go to the West End?
The expensive candy.
Where they would give the big king bars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my grandma would have to, like, check all of them before we could eat them. And then... And I just didn't like waiting and all that. But then when you got older, it was, like, all about, like, going out to a bar or club and, like, getting dressed up. Well, also, like, most of the time I'm getting dressed up to go out to a bar or club. Like, I'm not exactly in a snowsuit. Right. And it's the end of October. And I'm in, like, some skimpy costume waiting in line for 2 hours to get into a bar.
Yeah.
And then you get in and it's not even that great. And you're like... Why am I here? Like, why did I spend my Halloween doing it? So now I just feel like it's just, why am I doing that? You know what I mean?
I get that. But, like, for Halloween for me, the candy and stuff wasn't the main thing.
What's the main thing? What do you...
I I'm, like, scary stuff. Like, I like watching horror films.
Yeah.
And, like, the Haunt Fest.
That's true. I feel like people who enjoy being scared, like, that's not my thing.
Like, some horror films are, like, comfort films for me.
Are you okay?
I just love horror films.
Do you need to, like, talk to somebody about that?
No, I've always just loved them. Also, it doesn't scare me. I like the spirit stuff doesn't scare me, so.
Yeah, see,
You're scared of the unknown.
I'm scared of
regardless
everything.
Regardless if you believe in it. I know it's fine, so I'm not scared of anything.
Yeah, I'm scared of it. The only scary movies I've seen...
The Grudge.
Let's not talk about it. I still have, like, PTSD. I watched that when I was, like... Somebody let me watch that when I was, like, 6, 7. Like, around there. And then, like I said, I remember after I watched it, my sister and I had bunk beds at the time. And I was on the upper bunk because I was older. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. And Bella's like, are you good? Like, why are you... Like, what? And I was like, oh, well, because, like, I'm on the upper bunk, so the Grudge can't get to me. And she was like, are you dumb? The Grudge can climb. And I was like, And literally didn't sleep for like 3 months straight.
You were that affected.
I was so affected. Like, I would like have like full, like, I was like 7 with like bags under my. I was terrified. I'm still terrified sometimes of that movie, You. Or Us, not You.
I was gonna say
Us.
You with the Jeff guy.
No,
Jeff Joe.
I like that one. I like that show.
Yeah.
But Us, the one with the family who like goes.
Have I seen it?
I think you've seen at least the trailer. It's the one with I forget her name.
Lou.
I forget her name. I don't know.
Now.
But like it's the family that go and like stay in like this like their cottage. I think it's their cottage. And then they like come out like there's people standing in their driveway.
Oh, and it's versions of that.
It's versions of them but from like an
that
underground.
scares you.
That's if you saw the movie.
Was it scary?
It was scary.
Is it like a psychological thriller?
I couldn't even tell you. It was very well done and well made, and for what it was supposed to be, very good. The whole movie, I sat with my ears plugged and my eyes closed like half the time, and I was still scared.
Are you the type of person that puts a pillow in front of your eyes when you watch scary movies?
No, I literally just plug my ears and close my eyes.
That's it.
And then when we went to Halloween Haunt, same thing. Like, we went through the haunted houses, like a few of them, and I just had my like ears plugged. I had like Judah on one side, Judah's friend on the other side, and then I just like had my ears plugged and my eyes closed.
What's the point of going?
Because I was trying to be brave and I'm trying to like not shut things down before I try them, and I'd never been to a haunt, and then I did the first one and it was just like pitch black, and I'm like really afraid of the dark. Like,
do you have a nightlight?
I don't, but we have lights in the courtyard, so I just like leave my thing open a little. But like I'm like really afraid of the dark because like you can't see like the way.
You're also blind.
Yeah. Well,
So,
yeah. Like if I don't have my contacts in or something,
Yeah.
I'm pretty blind. Yeah. But like it really scares me to just be somewhere where you can't see anything, you don't know what's going on around you, and like it freaks me out. So then, yeah, like the way people are like claustrophobic in like small spaces and stuff like that is the way I feel in the dark.
The only thing I'm terrified of is clowns.
I think if they're meant to be scary, I am probably afraid of them.
I don't like
But
them.
you're afraid of them even if they're like nice.
I'm petrified. Because Haunt Fest, they had a clown one.
Yeah.
And I got lost in it. And then they literally taunted me.
There was a girl I went to elementary school with who was afraid of clowns. And then even if you like went like around her and did the da 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 da, she would freak out. Like she was so
like
terrified of it.
Yeah, I just
Does
don't
that
like...
freak you out?
It unsettles me. I don't like it, but like I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah, she would like almost be in tears when
It was hard. The movie was hard to watch.
Haven't seen it.
It's good. Like it's funny.
Is it?
No. Trust me. The remake of I haven't seen the original.
Yeah.
But the remake of it is funny.
The first one got like really good reviews, but like again, like I don't even care about scary movies so much, like because I just know I'm probably not gonna like it. It's not worth me paying the money because I spend most of the movie with my ears plugged and my eyes closed, so it's like not worth the money. We watched The Nun.
Oh, that's good.
At a friend of mine's place one time, but I was like not all there,
right?
Because
where were you?
Like I was there,
but mentally
they basically like hotboxed the house, and I don't smoke.
Oh,
So I was like pretty affected by it when I wasn't meaning to be affected by it.
So you were high watching them?
I think so, and I like I didn't smoke anything. Like I was just in the house.
Yeah.
But like they were smoking a lot, and there was no like ventilation in this house.
Yeah, that'll get you a little.
Yeah. So at that point, like I wasn't really watching it.
No.
Like we were watching it, but like it really.
I'd love to see you high. I think it'd be so funny.
And then
I've seen you drunk.
Yeah, because I get drunk, but I don't smoke at all.
No.
So, yeah, it was just like that. And then we went to the theaters to see Us. We watched Cabin in the Woods. I think.
Us?
Yeah.
We watched Hush.
Oh, yeah, the deaf girl, right?
The deaf girl. That wasn't scary, though.
I didn't find that...
It was good.
It was good. I liked it. I mean, it was kind of boring. Because I feel like I was like, well, there's no motive behind him. Like, I was telling Judah about it, because I was like, we watched that, but I didn't find it scary, because there was, like, no motive behind it, and I was kind of like, well, why? You're just doing this for no reason? And then he was like, that's almost kind of scarier.
Yeah, because it's you
literally
don't
just...
see it coming.
Yeah,
and
like,
she can't hear it.
Yeah, that part's scary. But I don't know. That one didn't really affect me that much.
Mm.
I actually at all.
You're fine.
I was fine.
It's not scary. It's really good, though. I liked it.
It was okay.
She wasn't feeling it.
But, like, I mean, I watched it, and it was okay. But, like, I probably wouldn't watch it again.
No.
But, like I said, though, that's not my type of movie.
That's not your thing.
Yeah.
No, I like to be, like, so scared.
Well, I don't get it.
I don't know.
Why?
I just love it.
Is it, like, an adrenaline thing?
It could be. I just love it. Like, the Insidious movies are terrifying, and I love them.
Would you say you're, like, an adrenaline junkie?
Yeah.
Do you like roller coasters, though?
No. So I used to growing up, I loved them, but now I get nauseous on them.
I love roller coasters.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just...
like, slowly developing a fear of heights.
Oh.
Because I will never go on the Leviathan.
Oh, I will.
Never.
I love that one.
I cried on the Behemoth.
That one's my favorite, I think.
Is it?
Actually, the new one is really good. I forget what it's called now.
Is it the one where it's like 4 or 5 across?
It's like, yeah, and like I think your feet are hanging.
Oh. No, I already told you I like the Ghoster Coaster in the Scooby-Doo world.
That's the baby. That's not even the big wooden one. It's the small wooden
the
one.
Wild Beast will give you a migraine. No, not the Wild Beast.
The Mind Buster.
The Mind Buster. That will just take your ears off.
Yeah, I just remember like every time I go, I usually wear like
a helmet.
no, on Top Gun. It's not called Top Gun anymore.
I know it's
Flight Deck. On Flight Deck, my head is so small, it just like bounces. I won't go on it anymore. No. Because unless like somebody gives me a helmet, but I'm not gonna carry a helmet around all day.
Yeah, I like the small rides.
Yeah, I love big rides.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't like spinning, really. I thought I did at one point. No, I don't. Changed my mind. Yeah.
No, I don't like to spin. But, yeah, maybe I do like adrenaline.
We just like different types of adrenaline, I guess.
Yeah, because I think I get them from tattoos as well, but I don't feel pain with them either.
Yeah, I'm not a tattoo person.
So...
But piercings, I don't mind.
I don't like piercings.
Yeah, that's weird. We're like
it is weird. I hate piercings. I think they hurt so much. Not ear piercings, like not like your front lobe. Like that doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I mean like cartilage.
I think I could if I wanted to get my cartilage, but I don't really have any desire to get it done right now. Also, like I've just heard so many.
Mine's literally irritated right now.
Yeah, after what happened to yours, I'm just like,
Thank you.
I don't know if I want to do that.
I almost lost the top of my ear.
I don't want to do that.
No.
It just seems like a lot of work. So, plus, like, I have 6 now. That's, like, a pretty good amount of piercings.
I have 4.
For me, so I think I'll leave it there for a short time.
Yeah, 6 is good.
6 is good.
I don't know how many tattoos I have.
I like having the symmetrical as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, like having on both sides.
Hmm.
So, and then I just have the one tattoo.
Hopefully more?
I don't know. I was a baby.
It was your first one. I'll give you that.
I don't know.
And it was in a tough spot.
Yeah, I don't know if I want any more. Like, I go through phases of wanting things and then not, and then like if it's permanent on my body, I don't know if I want to. Yeah. Like when I got this one, I was going through a time when I got that one, but then also like it was more like it was on my bucket list of things like before I die, I want to get a tattoo, right?
Yeah.
So now that I have it, it's kind of like, well, I have it.
Yeah. See, that started for me when I was like 16. I'm like, I'm going to get a tattoo. I keep seeing the ones on Tumblr. Ooh, Tumblr. I used to pin like these tattoo boards on Tumblr.
Yeah.
And I would it started from there. But it didn't stop.
Then she just kept going.
I just love them.
I mean, if you like them, then
I
why
do.
not?
And they're pretty, so.
Back to horoscopes. Not horoscopes. This is No, this isn't
This is
horoscope.
astrology.
Astrology. Okay.
Okay, so I didn't even really get into
Libra sun.
Libra sun.
Where at?
So I'm Libra. I'm October 20th, 1997. Born at midnight.
You were born at... That's creepy.
12:07.
Oh, okay.
So.
Where?
Why is that creepy?
It's just the middle of the night.
Toronto General.
Oh, right. You were born here.
Yeah. People think I was born in England. I wasn't.
I thought for so long you were born there.
Born here and then moved there at like 8 months.
That's so wild.
Okay. Libra sun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your individuality and your personality.
Okay.
It says, perhaps to make their sign happy, people born under the sign of Libra are usually prudent, balanced, and harmonious. In any case, they think before they do something.
Not true.
Not true. But I could just, that's because it's ADHD. It is possible to find hot-headed individuals. Am I hot-headed?
No. You don't like confrontation.
T.
Like, you really don't.
I don't.
Anytime there's, like, even slight start of confrontation, Annie just shuts down. And he's like, no, not talking.
No. I think I'm getting better.
You are.
But you still avoid. I don't like it. What else? These people are sincere, honest, and decent. They find it very hard to tolerate noisy, rude, or abusive behavior.
I mean, anybody should.
People born under the sign have a strong aesthetic sense and artistic talent. T.
I think you're artistically
I agree.
I'm
artistically inclined.
Yeah.
I'm not academically inclined. It does not matter what artistic activity they choose to do, they will be great at it. If they do not become active artists, then their good taste will be seen in everything they do. They are skillful, diligent, intelligent, and adventurous. I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't agree with the decisions.
No. No, but Libras are known for being indecisive.
Oh.
So, I think this is just... What did it say? They think before they do something. But that... Oh. I think that's different. Because I'm impulsive.
Yeah, you make pretty impulsive decisions.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I would say. Yeah. I think it helps to have people around that are like...
To say, okay.
No.
No. And Ritalin helps.
Yeah. I think, like, most of the time, when you make decisions now,
I think them through?
Yeah, I also will notice that if you want to do something and you don't care, like, if you're sometimes if you want something and you're like, I don't want somebody to talk me out of this, even though I know I might not I shouldn't get it, you'll just do it.
Yeah.
You won't talk to me about it, and then like all of a sudden you'll be like, yeah, I have a tattoo appointment booked, and I'll be like, right, because then I don't have time to be like, are you sure you...
No one has time then to talk me out of it.
Yeah, then you can just, like, go and do it. But if it's, like, something, like you're like, oh, you're kind of, like, thinking maybe about it.
Yeah.
Then you'll say something that I can be like, we don't need that, or let's talk about this first, and then I'll be able to talk you out of it. But if you're, like, for sure, like, I don't want somebody to talk me out of this, I'll just do it.
Yeah. It is what it is. Can't help it. So, my moon is Gemini.
Right.
This is your emotions, how you respond.
And your mother, right?
Yeah, and your relationship with your mother. My mom is also Gemini.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting. So the moon in Gemini manifests itself by the need for changes in
spontaneity?
I think.
Like spontaneous.
Yeah. It safely lies in thinking about your feelings and sharing them with others. You can be talkative and you speak skillfully and with ease. Do I?
I think you are like, you're not dumb when you talk. Like, you sound like educated.
Yeah.
And like, so I would say, yeah, like you are. I wouldn't say you're very talkative, but like, if in like, you won't necessarily start the conversation, but if somebody else starts the conversation, you are talkative.
Talk back. Yeah,
in the conversation.
Yeah, that's true. This ability can be used in literature, journalism, or in counseling.
I don't think you should do counseling.
No. Listen, I'm in myself.
I just think, like, it would just be a lot. I don't think I could do counseling either.
Yeah, because even therapists have therapists.
Yeah, it's just, like, a heavy
Could
thing
you imagine
to
your
do.
therapist going to their therapist and talking shit about you?
About me to
I think that's so funny.
Yeah, they're like, oh, God.
But yeah, I don't know. Thinking about your feelings and sharing them with others. I think with my friends I can do that.
Yeah, I think that's most people, though.
Yeah.
I mean, except maybe me.
Oh, you just share with anyone?
Pretty much.
That's all right. So Mercury.
Which one's Mercury?
Mercury is how you think, communicate,
Okay.
how you interpret information.
Okay.
It's in Scorpio.
Oh. That's that. Wow, you had Gemini and then Scorpio right after.
Yeah. So my emotions are Gemini, my thinking is Scorpio.
Oh, wow. Okay.
People with Mercury and Scorpio do not want reconciliation. They will use their imagination to think about revenge. That's not true.
Immediately, just like, that's untrue.
That's not true. I never hold grudges.
No, I don't think you hold grudges.
No.
I know people who
who hold grudges, and then they'll bring it back. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Because I don't like confrontation. I'm not about getting, like, anger out of someone.
Yeah, I don't find you to hold a grudge.
No. So.
Especially, like, if it's been dealt with. Like, if the person
if
has...
it's been handled.
Yeah, like, and also, like, I find you're good, like, if there is a situation, and, like, you're good to be like, hey, this is the thing that bothered me. And
Can
then
we talk about
most
it?
often, if they're good friends, they'll just be like, oh, like, I apologize,
Yeah.
whatever, and then you let it go.
Yeah.
So...
I'm big on, like, apologies. Like, I think that needs to be done.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? Water brings emotion and inability to reconcile, so people with Mercury and water signs tend to like art, mysticism, and psychology. These people speak with emotion. Some people may see their bright and intelligent mind as a threat and become aggressive toward them. Oh my God. Do you feel that way about me?
You're like too smart for me, so I'm like,
fuck.
I'm gunning for you now.
You're trying to take me down. When they were younger, their rivals could have been those who should have known more. For example, teachers or authorities. Now, I've never had a great relationship with teachers.
Interesting.
But that's just because they never helped me.
Certain ones, yeah.
Certain ones. There are some good ones.
But I don't think you get along with every teacher.
No.
Like, when you think about it, like, it's weird because I don't really... This is going to sound awful, but I don't really think of teachers as, like, human beings.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes.
Oh, no, I know what you mean.
Because they're just, like...
if you see them out, and then you're like, oh, my God, he has a wife?
Yeah. Like, they have families. Like, it's weird to think about that they have lives outside of school.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like, most of the time when they're, like, my teacher, like, I only think of them as this authority teacher figure. Mm-hmm. So then if I don't click with them, like, it doesn't affect me that much, but, like, on some level, I'm like, this is literally your job.
Do your job.
Like, so then sometimes it bothers me, like, and some teachers, like, I will say, at least at the school that we went to, I think the majority of teachers
were amazing.
Were really great. Like, we got lucky, I think, with, like, most of the teachers that we had did go, like, above and beyond to help students.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you didn't necessarily click with one, they at least were, like, respectful, as they should be. And then, well, yeah, not all, but, like, you know, most. I would say. And then at least then everybody had somebody. Yeah. Like, if you didn't necessarily click with some teachers, you always had, like, somebody, I would say.
That's true. There's always, like, a good support system.
Yeah.
In my elementary school, I would say it was a lot worse.
Yeah.
The teachers were not good.
Yeah. I also think, like, because when you're in high school, you have, like, 4 different teachers for each thing, and plus, like, you're in extracurriculars and stuff, whereas everything's done with one teacher for the whole year in elementary school.
That's the thing.
So if you don't click with that one teacher, like, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, because if it's your teacher for the whole year, you're screwed.
Yeah.
I never had rivals. Like, if I didn't click with a teacher, it was a rocky situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think you handled the situations that you had well. with those teachers.
Yeah, and I did good in high school in the end. Like, I was on the honor roll, you know, and I went to U of T.
Yeah.
So I'm a good student.
Yeah.
But not in, like, the neurotypical way. I'm not a good student.
Yeah, and like, the school system, like...
That's a whole nother...
That's
a
whole
nother thing with, like, having ADHD and going through that
system. Yeah, it's...
Even when we were talking about, like, how it's, like, academic...
applied
and locally developed, like, really?
Yeah, literally.
You're gonna brand someone as locally developed?
Yeah.
Anyway. Their mind sees through people and they can use it to discover things that bother or interest them. These people are likely to work as psychologists, politicians, detectives. Could you imagine me
Nancy
as a
Drew
politician?
over here?
That's funny.
Or a politician.
I mean, anyone could be a politician these days.
Yeah,
like
literally.
Trump.
Yeah, Trump, and then even
Kanye
Dougie
West.
That's weird. I hope that when that ever every time that happens, I'm just like, this is a joke, right?
Yeah. You think something's wrong in the simulation. Something's happening. So Venus is the next one. It's how you love, how you show love.
Oh, this should be interesting for you.
I know. So mine's Sag. Sag. I like Sag.
Yeah.
Sagittarius are fully aware of the generosity and... Why do they do such long words in these? This doesn't help my dyslexia. I'm going to ignore it. Of love. They may either have a great desire for love or lust. However, lust is not important to them because they are loyal and they never lose their belief that love always leads to the glory.
Okay.
From a philosophical... I do not know. From a philosophical point of view, it is clear to them that they can never experience good times without experiencing bad times too. And that good times... Whoa. Hold on. And that bad times in the present mean better times in the future. I think that's true.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up with my grandma always being like, you can't appreciate good times unless you go through bad times.
Yeah.
So I would...
Like, imagine just going through life and having everything handed to you and not experiencing, like, bad things.
Yeah, no.
That's life.
Like, you have to experience both.
Yeah. They perceive love as an adventure, and their search for true love can take them far away from home. That's not true. They can find their happiness for the person they want only beyond the original and probably limited horizon. Their predictable family and love life or partner are not exactly what they wanted unless they stretch their wings in their youth and rebel enough to realize that love is an adventure no matter where and with whom.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Like, I obviously believe in love.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not cold-hearted. But, like, I just don't want that whole, like, marriage with, like, a picket fence and, like, kids and, you know, and the 9 to 5 and you got a minivan. You taking them to soccer.
I mean, I don't think you have to. I don't think that's the only option
when
it comes to marriage, especially today.
Yeah, especially today.
I would say, like, 50s, you'd have a lot harder time not finding that.
But, you know, like, stuck in, like, I just don't like routine. Like, just stuck in, like, a...
Yeah.
I like to be, like, free and by myself. But, yeah, I'm definitely fine with, like, a life partner. We can call it that.
Okay.
Just maybe not a husband or a wife.
Okay. That's fine.
But yeah.
Not everybody gets married nowadays either.
No.
So
a lot of people just kind of stick with it.
Yeah.
You want to get married?
Yeah, I do. There was a time when I didn't.
No. It could change.
Yeah.
Like, even like me with like saying I don't want kids right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it could change.
Yeah, I think that's also like another thing. Like, lots of people are like, oh, well, you said this, but like, this is your life.
People can change.
Like, you can decide what you want whenever you want, really.
Yeah.
Like you have always kind of said that you didn't want kids,
but
like maybe you turn 30 and then you're like,
oh my God.
You know what?
I wouldn't mind one.
I wouldn't mind one.
Yeah. If I were to get to 30, there's no way I'd be like pregnant at 30.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. So I would probably adopt.
30's not that old.
No, I know, but like just for me, I'd probably just adopt. Like if I was gotten like that later in life.
Yeah.
Like mid-30s, you know, and I would adopt.
Yeah, I don't think I even want kids until I'm 30.
System. Yeah.
Cause like I just think like you should be able to choose what you want to do whenever you want to do it.
Yeah. And that's like life. That's when people don't do that, it's weird.
Also, like, I feel like I said, like, in, like, the 50s, 60s, like, even the 70s, I would say, like, in that time, it was like, oh, like, those were the next steps in your life. Like,
it's kind of like ticking off, like, a big checklist.
Yeah. Whereas, like, now I feel like there's a lot more that you can put on that checklist versus just...
Yeah.
Everybody does things in their own time.
Yeah.
And you just kind of have to, like, it's their life.
That's the thing. Like, some of my friends have gotten engaged.
Yeah.
Cousins my age have babies, and, like...
Yeah.
What did I do last week? I made some broccoli. Like... You know?
Yeah.
It's not the same.
You're just at, like...
We're all on different paths.
Yeah. Everybody's, like, got different stages. Like, so somebody's 23 can look very different than somebody else's 23.
Completely. Like, I know someone who's married right now, and she's 23.
Yeah. And that's
good for
fine.
her, but...
Good.
Whoa.
You're like, good for you, but, like, no.
No, thank you. But that's my Venus. Sad.
How you love.
Mars. So it's your driving force, your sex drive, your initiative, your courage.
Oh.
You know? Mine's Sag again.
Oh.
Sag. Yeah.
Lots of Sag.
I have a lot of Sag in my chart.
Okay.
Mars and Sagittarius think that there's nothing more important than their goals and what they are best in everything. Fortunately, they show it in a funny way. What? They're convinced that freedom of movement is the right that we were born with and what we should have the opportunity to go anywhere we wish if we have the need to do so. I agree with that. Free will.
Yeah.
As anyone should.
Yeah, I feel like everybody wants that.
Anyone should want to have a good life.
Yeah.
And better themselves. Maybe some don't. I don't know. Maybe some people are pessimistic.
Maybe, but like I feel like even people who are pessimistic who don't think it's a possibility
because you're
still
pessimistic
want it.
for a reason. You want a better life, so
yeah.
then do it. Anyway, they have enough energy and enthusiasm to do so. Mars in Sagittarius is the symbol of great and uncontrollable energy that needs to be directed and controlled as a herd of fiery horses. Otherwise, these people feel torn because of their conflicting desires. Like, meaning that I need someone to, like, be in control?
I'm not sure. I don't think you do. Maybe you do, though.
I don't like to be controlled.
Yeah, but maybe I
need that.
That's why you need that.
Because I'm impulsive.
Maybe you need somebody who can be a little bit more, like...
Yeah. I'm really compatible with Geminis.
Oh.
Because Geminis are very controlling and authoritative.
I don't know if you need somebody very controlling.
I don't want someone very controlling, because then that's like,
It's all about balance.
It's all about balance.
Yeah, you just need to find balance.
If they want to get what they want from their life, they must have a clearly defined goal. Mars in Sagittarius can only satisfy something big. Sexual life of people with Mars in Sagittarius depends on how they control their overflowing... What's that word? Libido? Libido?
You're like, what's that word before you said it? I was like, I don't know.
But it depends on what is currently going on, whatever they are frustrated or on a mission, or whatever they are in an interesting relationship or not.
Okay. Didn't really get that end part.
No. But like the main thing is like I just go for my goals.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what I would say, like, most people want to be.
Like, I am very goal-driven. Like, if, like, I want something to happen, I'll just make it happen. Yeah. Or I'll put in the work to do so.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Determined.
Yeah, because, like, even, like, when I was in maybe, like, grade 7, 8, I've always known that I wanted to do something with, like, social media marketing.
Oh.
I've always known that.
Interesting.
Tumblr was a huge influence on me as a child.
Yeah.
As you could probably tell.
Yeah.
You like Tumblr.
I was on Tumblr for a bit.
You were on Tumblr for many reasons.
Really only one.
The old Tumblr. You're not allowed to do that anymore. They've, like, taken the majority of it off.
I know. They've, like, they've, like, blocked a lot of it.
It's definitely more, like, PG now. It was intense when we were kids.
Yeah, which was when we were kids. Now we're adults and we're like, wait, where's all the porn?
Yeah. It's not on Tumblr anymore.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, well, what do we do from here?
Yeah. Tumblr is good for other things, though.
I mean, yeah, but I guess. But
it was like 95% porn.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Have you seen that video of the founder going like, what's our porn level on our site? And then she goes 9, and he goes, whoa. And then she goes 7. He goes, what?
Wait, what?
Like, it's like 95 or 97%.
Oh my god.
And he was just so...
But what is, like, that's what I'm, like, wondering, like, what is classified? Because, like, there would be, like, stories on there. That would classify, no, as porn?
I would think so.
But then there was
like
also...
erotic fiction.
Yeah, and then there was also videos.
Or the moving GIFs.
Yeah. Yeah. Which were more like, they weren't even porn. They were, like, what is it called?
I don't know.
Like, smut? Would you count that as smut?
Maybe.
It's like the beginning of like something. Like you never actually saw anything.
No.
But it would be like a moving gift to something that could be suggested as being like
and it'd
sexual.
be like a little short.
Yeah, like a short.
one shot.
Yeah. Yeah. But like in like those situations, like so that would all count as porn. But then also like something as small as like somebody in a bathing suit, would that count?
I don't think so.
But then what if there was, like, a model just, like, not wearing a top but, like, covering her nipples? Would that count? Like, how far does this go?
Where's
like,
the line?
Where's the beginning point and then the ending point? Because it could, like, range a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of, like, leaked, like, sex tapes that would go on Tumblr
or
as well.
master lists.
Oh, my God.
There would be master lists where you could just go and it would just be a list of porn.
Yeah. And we should have not had access to that at 14, 15.
I don't think I started until I was, like, 16.
Yeah, because that's when, like, it was grade 10, 11.
Yeah. Yeah. But to be fair, like, nobody was teaching us about anything.
Oh, my God, the sex ed in high school was trash.
Yeah, like, nobody taught us about anything, so we were, like...
The only thing we learned about was, like, how to not get pregnant.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is like, thank you, like, we know.
And the main one was just don't have sex.
Just don't have sex or you'll die.
I mean, it was like, don't have sex, like, or you'll get pregnant, for sure.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it was just, we weren't being taught very much about anything.
So
and
what do you expect?
And then, like, obviously you're a teenager, and, like, yeah.
Yeah.
It just, like, every time I think back to it, I think of that episode of, Big Mouth. Girls Get Horny Too.
Oh, God, yeah.
And it just, like, reminds me, because I feel like no
one talks about, like, women and pleasure.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, towards men, like, they don't talk about it in the right way towards men either. Like, they talk about it, but they'll be like, yeah, boys are just horny all the time. And then they're like, oh, not really.
Not
like,
really.
I mean, like, when you're a teenager, it's a bit different than when you're, like, an adult. But, like...
Yeah. It's probably just more normalized for men to talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but
like,
even
even when men would have sex and they'd be like, oh, I have sex with, like, a bunch of these women. And then if a girl were to do that, you're a slut.
Yeah, I don't think it's really like that anymore. It was when we were in high school, yeah.
High school. You wouldn't want to go back, would you? You're not one of those people that think that high school was their best life.
No. I didn't have, like, a shitty, like, high school experience or anything. But, like, I feel like I'm past that point in my life. Like,
you should be.
Yeah, like, at this point, like,
oh my God,
I don't want to be like, yeah, I don't want to go back to high school.
No,
not even in the slightest. But, like, I had a good time. Like, I met you, obviously, and, like, other friends.
Yeah, I made some good friends.
I had a good time but there was also, like, a lot of lessons I learned. Did you enjoy high school?
It was okay. I mean, grade 9 and 10 were horrible. Grade 11 and 12 were fine. Like, they were okay. Like, I had really good friends by grade 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Like, I weeded out, like, the fake people.
Yeah.
Or the people that just weren't actually my friends when they said they were.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Grade 11 and grade 12, they were fine. They were fun.
Yeah. Grade 9 was kind of hard. I think that's just, like, an extreme change from elementary to high school.
Yeah, grade 9 was, like, intense. Also, my parents got divorced the summer before I went into grade 9. So, the perfect recipe.
Yeah, that's a lot of change at one time.
It was just a lot.
Yeah. But
it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, we can have a whole episode on high school and how it was.
Yeah. The next one's Jupiter. So this is your happiness, your expansion in life. Symbolizes growth, laws, faith, and ethics that guide it. It represents a sense for development and support, which can lead to opportunities, wealth, and faith. So mine's Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter in Aquarius raises the question of how this world should be like. So these people want to perceive life as democratically and openly as possible. They feel that in order to make plans for the future, there needs to be some form of consensus of opinion. They have to make the first steps with their belief on their own, only when they can offer it to others. And then by mixing the beliefs of other people, they will develop a system of belief that suits the goals and purpose of the whole group.
Interesting. Are you the whole group? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what is this whole group situation?
Maybe in, like, a group of people.
Oh,
like when you're in,
like you're
like,
good
society.
at hearing, like, everybody's parts and then making decisions.
Yeah. So I am never usually influenced by someone else's opinion. Like,
Okay.
I respect other people's opinions.
Okay.
And, like, I obviously hear their opinions.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes down to it, I can easily form my own opinion.
Okay.
I think everyone can.
Yeah, I think you can form your own opinion, but I think people should still be open to being influenced by other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Because, like, say, like, you have an opinion on something, but then, like, somebody else comes and has, like, a new perspective on it.
Oh, and
then
you
your
can
opinion
change it.
could change.
Yeah. But then solely it's, like, your own free will to make your own opinion.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then you would still technically be influenced by that other person's opinion.
Depending on what it was.
Yeah, yeah. But I think, like, being open to opinions, other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Influence.
As long as it's not, like, a hateful opinion, I'm always open to, like, having conversations. Like, even when we talk about, like, our opinions in faith, I never think that yours is wrong.
Yeah.
Because that's what you believe. And that's what a shit ton of people in the world believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm never going to be like that, but that's also not going to influence the way that I view my faith.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, like, if it's, like, a situation of, like, for example, with the Black Lives Matter, if, like, somebody was, like, I'm trying to think of, like, an example of, like, if they didn't, like, know any of, like, the education, like, it wasn't educated on anything.
Right.
And then they were like, oh, well, like, this has been my experience with, like, say, like, their dad's a police officer or something. And now, like, obviously with Black Lives Matter, it's been pulled up about how, like, the system is fucked, right?
Yeah, completely.
And then they're like, well, like, I know my dad's not, like, a terrible person.
Yeah.
But then if they're not open to hearing that perspective, then, like, their opinion is going to be that, no, cops aren't bad.
Yeah.
Right? Or the system isn't bad. Like, the system works. Like, that's what their opinion's going to be because that's what they... But if they're open to hearing about it, then that might influence their opinion and then that could change.
Yeah, because the whole point was that the system is bad.
Yeah.
And it creates bad cops.
Yeah.
And it obviously outshines the good ones.
Yeah.
But then those who have grown up with, like, cops in their family are going to assume that they're good cops.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then
obviously.
they completely ignore the whole point of the movement that Black people are dying because of police.
Yeah. And, like, that's, like, what the whole Black Lives Matter movement is about, is to raise awareness about what's happening to the Black community. Due to the system. Like, they're not just being like, oh, all police officers are trash. Yeah. Like, they're not saying, like, those individuals are necessarily trash. Like, they're saying the system is fucked up. The system isn't working. Yeah. And that something needs to be done about it. And within that system, there are bad cops.
Because then they take advantage of that. Yeah. And they think that they can get away with it. It happens all the fucking time.
It happens all the time.
It's bad and trauma.
It happens even, like, that whole, like, power level thing happens all the time. Even in, like, something as small. We've worked in, like, companies where there have been power dynamics where people are taking advantage of the power dynamic as something as small as Tim Hortons. So, like, in something as small as that's happening.
Yeah.
You think it's not going to happen in a position like that?
I know. And then just imagine that being affected on a person of color.
Yeah. So, and like it's even like with Doug Ford being like he wanted police officers to stop people when they're out walking.
Yeah.
To make sure that people aren't like leaving their homes during the stay-at-home order when it had been proven that all of that was racially driven.
Yeah. Motorcycle.
I was like, what the heck?
Heck?
All of those like stops and things like that were being were racially driven.
Yeah.
Or like every time you go to the airport, who are the people being pulled to the side to be checked?
Racial profiling.
Like it's all racial profiling, and it's been proven, and yet nothing has changed. Like they haven't done anything to change it.
And I think if you as a white person see that there's not an issue, then you have some work to do.
Yeah.
Because white privilege is a thing.
Yeah. So if you're like I said, like in that situation, if you are not open to hearing about it and then re-evaluating your opinion on it, then like what's the point?
Yeah.
But like you said, like if it's like something like religion and you believe something, like you're probably not going to be influenced by somebody else's opinion.
Yeah.
But I think being willing to like listen and take that in, even if it is religion, I mean, we both grew up like in a heavy Catholic school and everything.
Yeah.
Like obviously you're going to be influenced by that because you've been brought up in it, right? Yeah. And all of your opinions from the time you're young are influenced by the people around you and what they believe in. So then it's from there and being open to other people's opinions that those opinions can change.
Yeah, like I didn't develop my own opinion and faith until I left high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
that's
is
through
to be
learning
expected.
And listening to other people.
Yeah.
So
like when I went into university, I took a world religions course like we did in high school.
Yeah.
But it was like on such a huge spectrum.
Scale.
Like there were so many different religions. I'm like, oh, like there's a ton out there.
Yeah.
It's not just Christianity.
Yeah.
You're gonna be influenced by like what you grow up in.
Exactly.
And hopefully like some people when they get older they can realize that maybe that's wrong.
Yeah. And that's just through listening and being open. Like that's the only thing that works. Like otherwise you're just gonna be stuck in that one opinion and form. Like your whole also like the world changes. Like
completely.
Like, so, like, every year, there's new things that you're learning about, and if you're not willing to take those in, like, you're just not growing as a person, then, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was Jupiter.
So this is Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Saturn is how we examine our maturity.
Okay.
Mine's Aries, which is very chaotic.
What was mine? Do you remember?
I don't know.
For some reason, I thought it was Aries, too, but I could be wrong.
Jupiter's the same.
Oh, yeah, Aquarius.
Yeah. Our bottom two are also the same as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
We have, like, quite similar... Yvonne and I almost have the exact same birth charts.
That's weird.
Except her sun is Scorpio, and, like, her Mercury or something is different.
Wow.
It's weird.
That's weird.
And we're completely different people.
So her sun is Scorpio, and then her moon is Gemini?
And then her rising's Cancer.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people with Saturn and Aries need to learn to be more assertive and sure of their opinions. They often have to be left without help in order to learn that. They have to learn to enjoy the freedom of movement and speech and to be able to use it when it is offered to them. People with Saturn and Aries suppress their energy impulses. They are cold, reserved, prudent, and persistent.
Oh, we did have the same.
We did have the same, and that's not true.
I don't find you cold.
I can be reserved.
I think it's just with people you don't know.
With people I don't know.
Yeah. So.
I'm not prudent.
What is prudent really?
Like you're a prude. Like you're.
Yeah, I think so. But like I don't find you to be prudent.
No. They usually experience success later in life. There's a risk of stroke.
Oh yeah, a risk of stroke.
I have heart
We're
issues.
both at a risk of stroke apparently.
So, I have to learn to be more assertive.
I mean, yeah, you don't really like confrontation.
No.
But, like, I wouldn't say you're, like, not assertive.
I'm not gonna, like, put my tail between my legs and, like,
yeah,
you know, go, okay, you win.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
Yeah. So I don't really feel like a lot of this one relates to you.
No.
What is Saturn again?
Your restriction, your, like, maturity.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe you've just matured?
Hey. I think I've matured a lot.
Yeah, I would hope so at this
Yeah.
point.
I think I'm a completely different person to the person I was when I was, like, 17.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think most people should be.
Most people should be.
At like 23.
Yeah, you're an adult now. You're almost 30.
No, you're not. You're almost 30. Yeah, you're closer to 30 than you are to like 1, but like...
Yeah.
Oh, they've chosen to vacuum right now.
At the door.
Okay. Where were we?
Uranus. That's the next one.
Okay.
So it's the power of awakening, which often means that there will be some disruption and change. Yeah, basically like your revolution.
Okay.
Which is intense.
Your revolution?
Not mine personally, but like everyone's revolution, like in Uranus.
Okay.
So mine's in Aquarius.
Okay.
Its own sign, and it creates inventors and people who like to apply new, untested methods and procedures. They like to fight for moral values, and they love freedom. They do not let their emotions and feelings restrict them. They are open-minded and open to radical reforms. Aquarius is known for its humanity, and Uranus further strengthens these tendencies.
We had the same one for this one, too.
Which I agree with this.
Yeah.
My emotions and feelings restrict me. I don't think they do anymore.
Okay.
I don't know, really.
I think they do a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, I think you don't always speak your mind because you're in your head about things. Either that or you're just choosing not to do that.
True.
But I think, like, that's what it comes across to me as, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think sometimes in relationships you don't really open up because you are afraid to do that. So
okay, true. Yeah.
So those would be the only two areas I would say, though, that you really kind of restrict.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I would say you've gotten a lot better. Like, I don't feel like you bottle things as much anymore.
No.
I don't think, like, you let, like, I think for a while you went through a phase where you're like, I don't give a fuck about anything, so everybody can fuck themselves.
I was also very, like, I was unmedicated, and I wasn't doing very well.
So
are we talking about, like, 19?
I think so, but I think, like, it was just, like, you didn't want, like, which I think everybody kind of has to, like, you went from, like, caring too much about everybody and what everybody thought, and then you were like, no, like, I need to stop doing this because this isn't healthy, so then you went, like, to the very opposite.
I did the complete opposite.
Whereas now I feel like you have a better balance of both of those.
Yeah.
So, like, I would say, like, when you went complete opposite, it was, like, whatever, fuck everybody, I'm just gonna do what I want all the time. That's and not give a fuck. Like, which I feel like everybody does that at some point in their lives.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a natural thing to go through, but I feel like you've come out of that now, and now you're more at like a balance. Like you care about things, and it's okay to care about things, but then also like you don't care about things that aren't that important to care about.
I agree. Like, I definitely needed that period in my life.
Yeah.
Because for so long, like, I cared way too much.
Yeah.
About other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Now I don't. I mean, like, I do, but I don't.
Yeah, like, you care, like, if
I care what people think of me.
Yeah, like, you care, like, that I think you're a good person.
Yeah.
But, like, if a random on the street sees, like, one perspective of you
I don't care.
You don't care.
No.
Yeah, which
like,
I think is good.
Yeah. I also think that's just about maturing.
Yeah.
And growing up. And therapy.
Yeah.
So, you know. Yeah. Also, I didn't have therapy when I was going through that phase.
Yeah.
I was in the first half and it didn't work out.
Yeah. It's important to find somebody that you like and that works for you.
Very true.
So.
But yeah, I think I agree with the majority of that.
Yeah, I don't find you cold at all. I don't think I've ever found you cold.
No, I don't think I'm
cold. Cold is such, like, a harsh word.
Cold is really harsh.
If somebody was to call me cold, I'd be like, oh,
wow.
fuck.
Ouch.
Like, jeez.
Yeah, I think I'm reserved.
Yeah, I would say you're more reserved. Definitely more reserved than I am.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we balance.
Yeah, I don't think you're reserved at all.
Not really.
I think you would, like, talk to anyone.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I just like meeting people.
I just like people. This one's Neptune. I didn't really understand this one last time. So it's like your imagination, your spirituality.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that one?
I was like, this sounds
like the planet of illusion.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds very like a fiction novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mine's in Capricorn. It gives people determination and the ability to concentrate. However, it can ruin their typical Capricorn rationality. This position somewhat shatters their natural desire for perfection, but it gives people desire to achieve spiritual goals. I think, do we have the same again?
I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't remember this one that well, though.
No.
I like the word Neptune.
You like Neptune?
Yeah.
You like the planet, too.
Yeah, I like the planet.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It gives people determination and the ability to concentrate.
I think depending
on the goal, I guess.
on the thing, you can be very concentrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a little strange because I don't really understand what Neptune is to begin with, like with the imagination type thing.
Yeah.
So I don't really know where to go with it from there.
I don't know much about Neptune.
Yeah. But what else did it say?
Gives people the desire to achieve spiritual goals.
I mean, yeah, we kind of talked about that a little bit. Like, you have spiritual goals.
Yeah.
So I think that's good that you have the ability to complete them.
Yeah.
And to work towards them. So that's good.
Do you think everyone has spiritual goals?
I mean, maybe. I feel like everybody has goals, but then if you're not a spiritual person, then I guess you wouldn't classify them as spiritual.
Yeah.
I guess
I also
assume
your spirit is yourself.
Yeah, that's true. But if somebody's an atheist, they might not believe in themselves being a spirit.
They think they're just a body of flesh.
Yeah. So then they would just have goals. They wouldn't for you, you do manifesting and things like that, and then that is part of your goals, but then that's your spiritual goals, but it's also your regular goals, that can work towards regular goals as well. Yeah. So in that sense, but maybe somebody who's an atheist would their goals would just be their regular goals. Mm-hmm. So whether they want to do well at work or things like that.
True.
I don't think somebody who's an atheist would be yeah, I want to get more in touch with myself. You know, I feel there's not that depth there for them when it comes to spirituality.
Because they don't believe in anything.
Yeah, that it is, for us.
That must be difficult.
For us, if I want to be more in touch with myself, I'm probably just going to pray more.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know what you do, manifesting.
I pray.
Okay, so then, you do that.
What, are you writing a fucking book?
I'm not trying to say it like that. But,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so, I would say, I like journaling as well sometimes, so I'll do that sometimes.
And I shadow work, which you are terrified of for some reason.
It just makes me think
journaling.
of yeah, but it just, when you first had said it, it just makes me think of the shadow man.
You're can I, give my notice now and I'll leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
No, it's just journaling.
But yeah, so I think somebody who's an atheist wouldn't really have those goals.
Yeah.
But maybe they have they'll do things like journaling, but it's not on a spiritual level that we have it.
Mm-hmm. It's not for their purpose, their inner purpose.
Maybe, but maybe they do. I don't know. We'd have to talk to an atheist. Maybe we should bring an atheist on the show.
I don't think I know any atheists.
I do.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you?
I think I know a few.
Oh,
yeah.
That'd be interesting because I've never been an atheist. I've always thought there's something.
Yeah. Even when I was there was quite a few years where I went where I was just I don't know what I believe in, because I was Catholic, but then I was there was a lot that just I questioned and nobody could give me answers on.
Yeah.
So then that made me also just a lot of stuff happened in my life that made me question is
there a God?
Yeah. And then, but now, like, I've come out the other side. And,
Which is good.
Yeah. But, like, I'd be interested to see what an atheist thought.
Yeah. I'd love
because,
to know.
like, for me, like, I find a lot of comfort in it. So I'm just interested to know where, like, when they're going through a hard time,
do they just,
what do they do?
Yeah, do they look for anything?
Because, like, if I'm going through a hard time, I pray. Or I journal.
Yeah.
Or I read the Bible. Like, I do things like that. So then, like, and for you, I'm assuming you journal, do those things. Yeah, like, you do those type of things for that work for you. And overall, like, it's calming. So then,
and it's
like,
also just calming to know that, like, you're protected in life by something.
Yeah, I agree. So then from there, then, like, if you're atheist, like, what do you do
to comfort you?
Yeah.
What's, also, like when you die, like, you just
they just die. Yeah, I guess that's what they think.
That's
I don't
so
know.
Scary.
Let us know if you want us to bring an atheist to discuss this.
Because that really makes me curious.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, what they think.
Pluto. I think our Pluto was the same Sag.
I love Pluto.
Pluto's cute.
I don't remember if mine was Sag.
Can't remember?
For some reason, I feel like it was Aquarius, but I could be wrong.
Could be Aquarius.
If you read it and I recognize it, then I'll...
Yeah. So this is your transformation, your regeneration. It's like the planet of birth and death.
Oh, yeah.
The Judgment Day.
Yeah, right. You said that. You're like, it's not a bad thing. It sounds bad. But...
It sounds bad. Pluto and Sagittarius are understanding and philosophical. Oh my God.
Philosophical?
Oh, Jesus.
It's okay.
I went to university.
She just has dyslexia. It's fine.
Personal transformation can occur especially through philosophical searching. Pluto in this position strengthens their innate religious consciousness and feeling. We can expect them to create a new spiritual or mystical direction and attempts to merge existing religions and churches. We did have the same one.
Oh, okay. Wait, does it say one world religion?
What?
Does it say one world religion somewhere?
No.
Then I don't think we had the same one.
Not?
Mine said something about a one world religion.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is just about merging existing religions and churches.
Yeah, I don't think we had the same one. I think mine was slightly different.
So this planet strengthens our, like, religious consciousness and feeling.
Okay.
I just shifted the couch. I mean, yeah, I think that's just your ability to, like, find faith.
Yeah. Which I think is, I mean, it's saying that it's good, no?
Yeah, it's good.
So.
It's like your transformation. Like, you have, like, a bunch of transformation periods in your life in, like, the religion that I believe in. Like, you go through certain periods for a certain amount of months and times. Mm-hmm. And, like, my quote-unquote transformation period is, like, 2022.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like when you hit, like, the peak of your spiritual awakening.
Oh. How do you know that?
You kind of just know, but also, like, through your birth chart and through, like, timing.
Oh, okay.
There's ways you can figure it out.
Okay.
Like,
I might just let it happen.
I'll just let it come.
I think I'll just, like...
You know when you've reached
it happens.
Spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
You just know. It's like that. It's like your gut feeling, your intuition.
Yeah.
Which we went through the other day. You called it God's...
Oh. Wait, my grandma calls them God moments.
God moments, that's
and it's
it.
like when you, like, get, like, a gut feeling to do something and then things, like, line up. Mm-hmm. So, like, there would be sometimes when I'd feel like I needed to call her and talk to her. Yeah. And then I would call and she'd be like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you called today. Like, this thing happened. And she was like, I was really needing to talk to somebody about it. Yeah. And then I will, like, call, and I was like, I just had, like, a feeling that I needed to call and talk to you. Yeah. And then she says, that's a God moment.
See, it's weird, because, like, I would just call that, like, your intuition.
Yeah.
But, one of Yvonne's friends passed away a couple years ago, around the same time as Pat. Mm-hmm. And I got a feeling that, like, something had happened, and I texted her, and she's like, my friend just died. Oh. And the day before he passed away, or maybe it was, like, a week or so, a crow hit her windshield. And I'm like, someone's gonna pass away.
Oh, is that like a thing?
Yeah. When a crow crosses your path, but it hit the window.
Crows hit our window at home all the time.
Yeah, it's like a signing of like death. But yeah, weird things like happen like that all the time in my life.
Yeah. We just call them
God moments.
Yeah, I mean, like my grandma calls them that and I call them that. I don't know if anybody else calls them that. But like, yeah, when things like that happen, we like, at least her and I call them God moments. And then, I mean, I call them God moments now because she called them God moments.
Yeah.
I don't know if like anybody else calls them.
Yeah, that's interesting. I call them intuition. Yvonne calls them my spidey senses.
I mean, that's cute.
She'll text me, she's like, can you do like your spidey senses on like this for me?
That's so
what do you
funny.
want? So the last one is ascendant, and I'm a Cancer rising.
Yeah, I never saw you as a Cancer.
No?
No.
That's funny. My grandma was a Cancer. You need to develop and refine your emotional life. Some people are so emotionally vulnerable that they form a shell around them to protect their soul.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. The challenge is to find a way to use your sensitivity in order to ensure that you are not overburdened with it.
Yeah.
Cancer rising can also be very surprised by how many emotions are hidden underneath their calm and cool appearance. You should learn to live in accordance with your internal and organic rhythms and currents, governed by feelings. This ascendant cannot be convinced by explanations and logical arguments.
And that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. See, I saw this thing last night, and this girl was like, if you're ever arguing with most guys, because most guys are brought up to think analytically rather than emotionally.
Yeah.
And when they argue with you, not even necessarily argue, but when they're having a discussion with you, most often the discussion has to do with like analytically and logically and like things like that. So when you're discussing things with them, it's better to use words like, let's think about this logically, or rather than saying like, because you're always taught to be like, I feel like when you do this, I feel this way. But most guys, at least this is what the thing was saying, most guys are analytical thinkers. So in a way, like, although they can empathize to an extent, like logically, they're thinking logically about the situation, not necessarily emotionally about it.
Yeah.
Whereas with females, lots of times females feel more emotionally towards a situation. So when you're speaking to females about something, it's more often you're going to get through them better if you talk about feelings. Yeah. Exhibit A. Annie brought up male gaze and how everything is made in the male gaze, and I straight up said that's not true. Annie got triggered and got upset and shut down, because then I started being like, no, these are the facts as to why that's not true. Flash forward to a couple days ago, yesterday, we were talking about it more in depth, and I said, just imagine being a guy and how this feels if you had received it this way. Right. And Annie was like, oh yeah, like that kind of that sucks. That sucks. And I was like, nobody asked how a guy feels when they're like having to make all these extreme situations for a role and stuff like that. And Annie's like, oh my god, yeah. And I was like,
there you go, got her.
Got it. Whereas like with Judah, if I'm talking to Judah, I'm probably going to be like, yeah, this is what happened in this situation, and that's why this happened, and that's why this person reacted that way, because logically, if you're going to do this and this and this, then this is going to happen. Yeah. And he's probably going to be like, yeah, you're right.
Like, if you read the book Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
I haven't read it.
It basically just describes that. Yeah. Just, like, how they think differently. Yeah. And how, like, you should communicate with one another to, like, get the most efficient conversation out of it. Yeah. But it's exhausting.
You just have to, like, I didn't find it, like, I was like, man, like, that means every time I have a conversation, I have to, like, think through, like, who I'm talking to and how I want to address it. But, like, realistically, it takes, like, 2 seconds. Like, when it's actually in practice, it actually ends up saving time. Right. Because had I just done that the first time we had the conversation, that conversation would have been done.
Yeah. But then do you not think that you're just going to their level of thinking to, like, please them in that situation?
No, to me, it's like I'm making my life easier.
But then are you making your life easier to, like, suit their needs?
I guess to an extent, like, but to me, like, I just think about it, like, as I know how to communicate. Right. in both ways.
Yeah.
So
I guess to get the most efficient.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're teaching somebody something, I'm not going to teach you something the same way I teach Judah.
Yeah.
Because you learn very differently than Judah. The same way, I'm not going to communicate with you the same way I communicate with Judah. Yeah. Because you communicate differently. And then on top of that, you're my friend, he's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
So like just that relationship aspect there is different. So yeah, it just like, to me, I don't find it to be like a burden or me like having to like, or like for example, like you have ADHD. I deal with you like not like as in like you're a burden,
I hate
but
you.
like like I like when we're having a discussion, I obviously do it differently than I would to do it with like Judah, who doesn't have ADHD.
Right.
Like
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
So it's just like making like small adjustments here or there. They're not that big of like things. Like I said, like at one point you're like, oh my God, like why do I have to make all these adjustments for people? If I don't want to do it, I just don't do it.
Yeah. It
like,
just makes the path
in
easier.
that moment, I could have just continued to argue with you.
Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't the time. Like you were shutting down, which meant you probably weren't going to hear anything I was saying anyway. So it wasn't the time. And B, I wasn't in the mindset to change and address it in a feelings way because I was very much thinking analytically.
Yeah.
Because to me, it was obvious that if you took one look at the Marvel movies or Magic Mike, any of those movies, that there's both male gaze and female gaze.
Yeah.
To me. But obviously, like you said, there's personal aspects to that make you have the bias of like, no, these people are right. Like, all of these are made in the female gaze, like, or with the male gaze. And then that's, like, neither of us were at that point to be able to have that conversation.
True.
So I just left it.
Just left it for the next day.
I mean, a few days later, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just better to do it that way than for me to sit there and just continue to spit facts at you about it, because I knew in that moment you weren't going to take it in.
Yeah.
Because you weren't in the mindset for it, and I was in a very analytical mindset of like, no, like these are the facts, like, which wasn't going to work.
No, it just wasn't going to go through.
Yeah. So then there's no point at that moment.
Yeah, because then at that point you're probably just talking to a brick wall.
Yeah, which I don't find you to be like brick wall. Like,
no.
Most of the time, like, even if I were to continue, I think you would have been more open than a brick wall. But it probably still would have been harder than just like waiting a few days, having it settle, and then bring it up again and talk about it and actually have like an in-depth conversation about it.
Yeah, true.
So it's the same, like, sometimes if you like get into an argument with somebody and then you start arguing with them and you're both like heated, you might not be listening to what the other person is saying because you're both heated. So then it's sometimes better to just be like, let's just drop this for now and we can readdress this another time.
Yeah, because you also say some things you will probably regret in a heated moment. Yeah. Because you're not thinking clearly. Yeah. You're just thinking with your emotions. Yeah. Which is not good. No. I mean, it's good to have emotions, obviously, but like... balance. When you're thinking with your emotions in like a heated way, it's never going to end well. Yeah. Like I said, it's a balance. Like, if you can also, like, if you're giving to somebody and they're never giving back to you, then why do you want to keep giving to them? Yeah, because you're gonna tire yourself out. Yeah, it just goes back, like I said to Annie, like, if you have a glass of water and you just keep pouring your glass of water into your other friend's glass of water, eventually your water is going to run out. You're going to run dry. Yeah. If they're not pouring anything back into yours. Eventually your cup is going to be empty, and then you can't. You're going to be dehydrated. You're going to be dehydrated. So if they're not pouring anything back into your cup, what's the point? What's going on? Like, then eventually, and then even if like that's easier to tell a friend, literally just be like, I keep pouring into your cup and you're not pouring anything back into mine, and so I am dehydrated right now. I can't right now. I can't. We need to take some space. I'm dying of thirst because I poured all of my water into your cup. Yeah. So that's too much. Too much sometimes. So you need to find balance with friends, family, significant others, everybody. Everything. Yeah. You just gotta be a good person, honestly. So yeah, so that's Annie's birth chart. That's all of it, isn't it? Yeah, that's all of it. Yeah.
So
I do think I relate with the majority of it.
yeah, there was like a few in there that I was like kind of lost on.
Yeah.
But I would say the majority of it.
Yeah, like the Gemini moon. I get it.
Like, I don't want to.
I don't like it.
But I will accept it.
I'll accept it. Listen, they get a bad rep, but like it's my moon, so I'll take it.
Okay.
It's not like I'm a Gemini sun.
Geminis out there, if you're listening, we don't hate you. Okay? Annie, hello?
No, I agree.
Do you?
I've just had bad experiences with Geminis.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
They're not bad.
They're not
They just
bad.
get a bad rep, and obviously TikTok now basically tells you you're a criminal.
If you're a Gemini
You're
or
a
a Scorpio.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Literally, there was like a red flags in women, and it's like
Gemini.
Gemini moon and Mercury Scorpio. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
What did I do
Or
to deserve this?
one was like, if you relate to any of these, then you're a Disney villain. And the first one was like, you're a Leo, and I was like, okay. Like, that's just
Whoa.
right off the bat. I was like, feel attacked.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think there's a bad rep about Leo or Libras.
no, I don't think so.
I think the only thing that people say is they can sometimes be ditzy, two-faced, and indecisive.
You're definitely indecisive. I don't find you ditzy or two-faced.
I don't think I'm two-faced.
No. With Leos, we're always like, oh, like you think you're the shit all the time and you show off and actually everybody hates you. And I'm like, cool, thanks.
No.
Thanks,
No one
guys,
hates
thanks.
you. I mean, I speak for myself. I don't hate you.
Thank you.
I probably wouldn't be your friend if I hated you.
That's what I would think. So,
I also wouldn't live with you willingly if I hated you.
yeah, that's
Can you
true.
imagine?
Can you imagine? You're like, yeah, no, I actually just really needed to move out. So,
you were the closest person.
You were the only person.
I had to. No.
it's either that or move to Vancouver with Cassidy, so.
And Andy. I'll just live in the basement.
They live in an apartment.
Yeah. I'll live in the basement of the apartment
Of the
complex.
apartment.
This, like, what is it called? The boiler room?
Ew.
I know. Ew.
It's like a version of Harry Potter's Under the Stairs. You're like
Annie in the
boiler room. The girl in the boiler room.
The girl in the boiler room.
Rather than the boy in the cupboard under the stairs.
The girl in the boiler room. But yeah.
So that's Annie's birth chart.
That's my birth chart.
Yeah, next week I'm not sure what we're gonna. Oh, I guess in case we decide to change it, we're not gonna say what we're gonna talk about. But yeah, tune in next Wednesday. On Wednesdays we pod.
Yeah, every Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, friends.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something bad